So today we're gonna make some fried chicken sandwiches. All right, and all we're gonna do is we got some boneless chicken, the boneless chicken breast here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this very carefully in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to do the best you can, and just like so, and cut it in half. And then from here, we're gonna get a Ziploc bag. We're gonna put the two halves in. All right, so what I got here is a meat hammer. These things are cheap. You can get them at Walmart. All we're going to do is we're just going to give the chicken a few laps. And this is going to tenderize it. And then I'm going to wash my hands real quick, and then we're going to set batter up for this. All right, I've washed my hands. I want to real quick just go over this. When dealing with chicken, cross-contamination is a real thing. So always keep your hands clean and your surface areas clean when working with chicken. Now, what I've got here in this bowl is 3 cups of flour. All right, now I'm going to start off with some cayenne pepper. And I'm going to put some cayenne pepper in. And I don't really measure this stuff out, but what I do is I watch the coating as I'm putting it on. That's probably good enough there. And then from there, I wanted to put paprika. This is smoked paprika, so it's going to be a little darker than normal than if you use the normal paprika. And now that I have some coloring going on, I'm going to put in some salt. This way I can see how much salt I'm putting in. You do need a decent amount of salt when it comes to flour. Flour is very bland, so you need to add salt to it and a lot of spices. So as you can see there, and I'll get a little bit closer so you can see, I've almost covered it in salt. All right, and then from here, I'm going to put some onion powder in here. Now, as you can see, I'm covering the top of this. I'm going to come in with some ginger. I'm going to go a little bit lighter on the ginger because ginger is kind of strong. Then from here, I've got some garlic powder. And then Italian seasoning. Some black pepper. And just a little bit of the pepper flakes. I don't want to make it too spicy because, as I said, my kids, they might not like it if I make it too spicy. And then from there, I'm just going to mix it. And what you're looking for is, you look in here, you'll see a lot of little specks going on. You've got to put seasoning in your flour if you want it to taste good. Just like that. All right, now in another bowl, I've got 2 egg yolks. I want to go ahead, 2 eggs. I want to go ahead and break them up a little bit, get them mixed in a little bit. And then from there, I'm going to add about a cup to a cup and a half of milk. And I'm going to mix that in really good. And then from here, we're going to start getting the chicken ready. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're just going to take our chicken. We're going to put it into the flour. Shake off the excess. We're going to dip it into our eggs. And then we're going to go back into the flour. And we're going to pat it down. Make sure we get a good adhesion of flour in there. And we're going to do this with all our chicken. While I'm doing this, I've got an electric deep fryer preheating. You do not have to use an electric deep fryer. Mine is actually a turkey fryer. I use it for turkeys, obviously, but I use it a lot for cooking chickens and French fries. You can use a good sturdy pot, and you can set the temperature using a cooking thermometer that's meant for candies. You want to bring the temperature up to 375 degrees. And you do want to monitor it really closely, though, while you're doing it, because you do not want your oil to be too hot. If you do use a pot, only fill it up halfway. Do not overfill it. Otherwise, what will happen is it's going to boil over when you go to stick these in. And once I finish doing all this, we're going to throw them in the deep fryer. And I'll show you what these things will look like for our sandwiches. See you soon. All right, so our oil is good and hot. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly drop our chicken in. And we're going to make sure while we're doing it, it's spread out. We do not want to put these all on top of each other. We're going to let them cook for about 15 minutes, or it has an internal temperature of 165 degrees. And then once they're done, we'll show you what our sandwiches look like. Another real important thing when frying, about 2 minutes in, gently want to kind of stir it up a little bit. And what this is going to do is it's going to stop them from trying to stick to each other as they're cooking. But do it very, very gently, because we don't want to break the batter off of it. So it's been 15 minutes, and here's our chicken. We cooked it to an internal temperature of 165 degrees. And here's our sandwiches. We appreciate y'all watching, and here's your plate.